How's it going, car people? It's Lucas here, back with another vehicle startup video. And I'm actually in a different location. I'm out here in nice Luvigny. I was on vacation this weekend. If you follow my vlog channel, you might have already seen a video that I posted of that. So while we're at it, we're actually going to leave. On the day this is being filmed, it's June 2nd. So you can see right here on my watch probably. We're actually about to leave, so all the cars that we're going to be starting up in this vehicle startup video do have a bunch of road trip stuff in it, so why don't we have that for a change? So as far as what vehicles we've got, we have the 2012 Citroen Jumpy. We've also got a 2012 Peugeot 5008, which is actually the car that I have most recently filmed. If you haven't seen that video, link is in the description, as are the videos to all the other vehicles, because all the 5 vehicles that we've got, I filmed all of them. So we've got those two, the Jumpy and the 5008. Oh, it's noon now. We also got a 2012 Nissan Note. Over there we have a 2013 Peugeot 3008. And then finally here a 2018 Citroen C3. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Well, our first 3 vehicles that we're starting up actually are all 2012s and are coincidentally right next to each other. It's the Nissan, the 5008, and the Jumpy. So we're going to go in alphabetical order for those 3. So we're going to start with the Jumpy. It's a 2012 Citroen Jumpy. Got all the keys right here. You can see I'm absolutely cluttered with them. Let me set these on the ground, find the Jumpy keys. There we go. Some of these keys look exactly the same. We got 2 of the same Peugeot keys, and then there's this. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, let me try and pick up all these keys. And now that I actually think about it, the Nissan is the odd one out of all the vehicles because it's the only Japanese vehicle. All the other vehicles are French. So, alright, so Jumpy key. Let me try and unlock it. There we go. And also, if you notice this power mirror, it folds in, but when it folds out, it's actually kind of struggling. So, it's not easy to do stuff with your hands when you've got so many keys on you. I'll just set them all down here. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you the key. It's not even releasing properly anymore. Come on. Okay, I finally got it out. The Jumpy has a 6-speed manual transmission. Go ahead and start it up. Nice. As you can see right here, has 173,000 kilometers on it, which is equal to about 108,000 miles. Okay, so we'll go ahead and check out the engine and also turn on all the lights. Oh, heavy hood. It's a 2-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder with 120 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Heavy hood. And check out the back seat, sliding doors. And yeah, you can see there's a bunch of road trip junk in here. And I'm not gonna open the trunk just because I fear something might fall out, but it's got stuff in it and it's decently sized. Okay, here's the infotainment screen, controls right here, climate controls are on right now. It's got dual zone auto climate control, as I said before, 6-speed manual. Reverse, and it's near a rock right now, that's why the parking sensors are beeping. 37 degrees Celsius, that's far from accurate. This car's been in the sun. I believe the sensor has been in the sun. That's why it's registering 37, but it's not that outside. That's heat that I can't even handle. Okay, that'll be it for the Jumpy. Go ahead and shut it off. And we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so up next is the 2012 Nissan Note in this really nice red color. Got the key right here. I put all the keys inside there so that I wouldn't be cluttered with them like I was when filming the segment of the Jumpy, but go ahead and hop in the Note. It's royally hot in this thing. because this thing's been in the sun too. I'll move the seat back a little bit. It's a 5-speed manual. It's the mileage on it. You can't really see the gauge cluster. Turn off the climate controls for a second here. Boom. Okay, let's just start it up. Foot on the clutch. Twist the key. Are the wipers on? Okay, it was just telling me the mileage. Let's wait for it to show up. Come on. There we go, 84,000 kilometers is what it's currently got. All right, lights, wait, there we go. Hazards, and look at the fog lights on too. Go and check out the engine. There we go. It's a 1.4 liter 4-cylinder with 88 horsepower and 94 pound-feet of torque. Not bad. Oh, the back doors are locked. Go ahead and unlock them. There we go. It's actually got a lot of back seat room for a smaller car. And here's the trunk. Yeah, of course it's got a lot of stuff in it. All these vehicles do. Okay. Leave the lights the way they were on off. Actually, we'll put them in auto. Okay, want to get some air circulating in here. It's so hot. Here's your infotainment screen. It does have nav and stuff like that. Will the camera please focus? Thank you. Here's your climate controls. 5-speed manual, obviously. Reverse. And of course, your parking brake. Not a bad little car. We'll go ahead and move on to the 5008, which is right next to it. Okay, now for the 5008, the car that I have most recently filmed. Here's the key. It's on this massive keychain right now. It's got power folding mirrors, just like the Jumpy. Go ahead and hop in. Why is there a pair of shoes up here? All right, move the shoes out of the way. This one has 195,000 kilometers on it, which is equal to just under 122,000 miles. 6-speed manual. It's pretty hot in this one too, so let me get some air circulating in this one. Start it up. It's got the screen. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Look at that. This one's registering 35 Celsius. The Jumpy was registering 37, but they've both been in the sun, so they're not accurate. Anyways, lights, fogs, hazards, window down, and hood popped. Check out the engine. Got the 1.6 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder, not entirely sure what power specs, I'll leave those in the annotations. There we go. Pretty good MPV. Now these vehicles, they're actually similar to the Citroen C3 Picasso, and if you know, my family's had 2 of those in our life, so I'm familiar with those vehicles, so that means I'm not unfamiliar with these vehicles either. Now, as far as back seat room, the Citroen C3 Picasso, I'd say actually has less than that, than this, the 5008. So, I mean, just the seats need to be slid a little bit further forward, and I'm fine back there. This trunk has a bunch of stuff in it too. Hopefully nothing falls out. Perfect. Third row of seats is down. Of course, this does have the third row of seats, which you would probably know about if you saw my review. Luckily, they're pretty easy to stow away. Showed that in my video too. Perfect. We roll the window up, and let me get some air circulating in here because it's so hot. Yeah, so here's the screen. It's pretty much the same as in the Jumpy, except that this is a fold-out screen. You can also fold it away like that completely. But the controls are pretty much the same in here as in the Jumpy, because Citroen and Peugeot are very, very similar brands. 6-speed manual transmission, of course. Reverse. It's got rear parking sensors. And you've got your electronic parking brake right here. All right. That's it for the 5008. Go ahead and move on to the 3008. Up next, we have the 2013 Peugeot 3008. Here's the key. It's very similar to the 5008 key. It's only got the lock and unlock, so if both keys weren't on a keychain, it wouldn't be hard to mix them up. So that's interesting, but a bunch of keys look very similar with Peugeot and Citroen. That's more comfortable. Actually, here's the Jumpy key. This is the 3008 key, and here's the 5008 key, just for reference. 6-speed manual, and start this one up too. It's got 109,000 kilometers on it, equal to about 68,000 miles. This one also has the screen that flips up and down, just like the 5008. Both those cars are very similar, actually. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. So, go ahead and cut on these headlights right away and the hazards. Check out the engine. This one has the same engine as the 5008. It's the 1.6 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder. This one I actually know the power specs. It's 108 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Oh. I'm not entirely sure if the 5008 has the same power specs or not. Haven't had the chance to look that up yet because service out here is very weak and there's no Wi-Fi. So that's why. Back seat. And now for the trunk. It's got a split tailgate. Nice. It's pretty well sized as well. All right, we'll go ahead and turn all of these lights off and close the door. All right, so you can see interior, it's very similar to the 5008 because it's got the same controls, climate controls, everything as the 5008. They're very similar vehicles. Of course, the 6-speed manual transmission. Reverse, also has the parking sensors, electronic parking brake. Of course, it does also have this shade. Really like that. All right. Go ahead and move on to the last vehicle, which is the C3, which is behind that PT Cruiser convertible. All right, go ahead and check it out. Last but not least, we have the 2018 Citroen C3, which has appeared in a few videos before. I also did a review of that one. This PT Cruiser convertible actually showed up while I was making this video. It's the convertible. At least it's a stick shift though, but other than that, this thing is absolutely hideous. Okay, back to the C3. Here's the key. Why is the camera out of focus? There we go. It's got power folding mirrors. Open the door, get in. I gotta move that seat back because for me it's a little bit close for comfort. 6-speed manual. All these vehicles that I've started up here are manuals. And this one is a diesel too, and that makes me realize the Note is so the odd one out because it's the only vehicle that's not French and the only vehicle that's not a diesel. So that's interesting. You could get the Note with a diesel though, but there was only one diesel engine option. And I don't know really how common it is here in France, but still. Okay, let's start the C3 up. Gauge sweep. It's got 10,000 kilometers on it. For some reason, the climate controls, you can only control them from the screen. There's no buttons, minus the front and rear defrost. But you know, okay, foot on the clutch, neutral, let's start it up. Very nice. Okay, go ahead and cut on the lights, fogs, and hazards. Pop the hood, roll down the window. It's a 1.6 liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder with 101 horsepower and I believe 199 pound-feet of torque. Good engine. Like the sound of it, just listen. Actually, let's go around to the back and take a listen. Nice. I love the sound of diesels in the mornings. Here's a back seat, not the most spacious, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it. But I mean, all these vehicles do, considering we're leaving today. Decently sized trunk. You know, fun fact, the person who owns this, which is a woman, her husband has a 2007 Citroen C3 Picasso, not the Grand Picasso, just the regular Picasso. And I honestly am questioning why they didn't take that. I'm questioning why they took this, the C3, instead of this C4 Picasso, considering that's a bigger vehicle. I guess maybe C3 is newer, but I don't know exactly why. I'm gonna turn on the climate controls here because it's kind of hot in here. That feels good. Now, of course, you got the infotainment screen with nav and everything. Climate controls are also on the screen. 6-speed manual. And reverse. This one only has rear parking sensors. It doesn't have a backup camera. I believe that was optional. And of course, parking brake. What a neat little car. Go ahead and shut it off. No. Crap, I accidentally turned on the wipers. I don't know how that happened. All right, let's go ahead and shut it down and wrap up this video. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this vehicle startup video. I'm gonna hopefully try to get a few more out in the future. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment and subscribe today if you haven't. And I will see you next video. Goodbye.